Hey everybody, it's John. Welcome back to 2 Weeks One Shot, a tabletop RPG variety podcast. We wanted to announce that we hit 800 downloads, which has just blown us away. Last episode, we announced hitting 500 downloads, and by the next day, you had pushed us to over 600. Thank you to everyone who is listening and hanging out with us on social media. We appreciate each and every one of you. This week, we are continuing our Call of Cthulhu adventure, Mythos Inc. This is episode 2, so if you haven't heard episode 1 yet, go ahead, go give it a listen, and we'll be right here when you get back. Alright, let's get into the episode. What the heck is going on with this steel mill anyways?
Previously on 2 Weeks One Shot.
September 1969.
We are meeting this Mr. Morse? Mr. Moss?
Mr. August Moss, owner of the steel mill.
Somebody started a fire, caught a lot of houses on. Nobody's really in town right now.
Oh.
That when the steel mill closing down a couple months ago, it's just all that. In the dream, you saw yourself as an apple on a tree. It wasn't until all of you were black and shriveled that you were finally picked. Look, don't interfere with anything going on around here.
Mr. Moss, I presume?
And you are the group that received my letter?
We are the group of intrepid men that you have hired, yes.
We're trying to sell the mill, and with all of this controversy around it, it's a very hard time. We need your help.
These accidents, they're all proven as accidental.
Get me evidence so I can sell this. I want to be done with all of it.
I bet this is going to be a great and fantastic adventure with nothing spooky happening.
Herring Steel Mill sits along the river where you can see like it has some pipes to get rid of extra stuff or whatever, or it's the 60s, they can dump shit in the river like pipes do.
Yeah,
Ah, the good old days.
Yeah, and so you have two main like what you'd think would be the factory buildings with like smokestacks and a bunch of stuff you have no idea what it is, like metal sticking out of the top, and like that like 2 or 3 stories high. It's probably just one big room. Those seem to be pretty close together, maybe connected. And those are on the maps there, which we will make available online for everyone. You see them on the right side there. And again, sorry, there is no river because the program I was using did not want to place it down for some reason, but that's to the top of the north there. We'll call it the north. And you have the run of the place. What would you like to do? It's about, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, as we've already mentioned, Leslie and Jimmy are the more technologically inclined of the group. While they start doing their thing, Ivan goes to basics. I'm gonna sort of check around the chain link fence that's running around this place and see if there's anywhere that like...
Sure, so you're staying on the outside?
For right now, I'm gonna go around the outside of the chain link fence, and I'm just looking for any points where it looks like people have maybe been like climbing over it, digging or crawling under it, if there's anywhere where like it's stripped away from a pole. Just because like, assuming that we want to rule out mundane stuff first. If anyone has been coming in to cause accidents, there's going to be signs somewhere, unless there's someone who has the key.
Give me, let's say, a spot hidden roll.
All right, let me pull up my character.
Unlike earlier, where the first roll we did also had a bonus die, or it was a combined roll.
I think it was all of those.
Yeah, it was all of them. We did like all the rolls at once. This is just a regular roll.
All right, so regular roll, G100 percentile. And I'm trying to roll under my spot hidden of 55. Here we go. A 36.
Oh, there you go. That's nice.
Boom.
That's a success.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can make your way, starting kind of in that top left area where you're at, where the parking lot is. You're looking around, you don't see much. You go through, as you make your way down here, you come to this little section where the forest is, right below the building. The ground in the factory is kind of gravelly. It was like, not paved, but like they put down gravel like maybe, 15 years ago. And now it's like part like dirt and there's like ruts in the ground and all that. The forest is kind of like trying to come in a little bit there. You don't really find much. You get down here where the junkyard is, and you see there's like a scrapyard type looking thing. There's like old cars, and you can see that through the fence. There's like a crane, and there's a road that goes off. You think you saw it maybe connects to back to the parking lot. And this looks like maybe they could bring all the cargo and stuff in there. Yeah, if you take a look around there, you do notice that the gate that's there, at first it looks fine, but there is like, you look again and the lock isn't actually locked. Like it's propped up to look that way, but as you like give it a little tug, like it definitely just comes clink. The little padlock is just clearly not actually locked.
That's definitely Zoinks, gang. I think I found a clue. He'll walk the rest of the fence just to see if there's anything else that crops up. But if that's the main thing he finds, then that's the main thing we'll keep in mind.
Yeah, just to go over, because you did walk it. It's a little, you start to get at this point like a little up close to the woods or pretty close to the fence. You see that there is a space outside around the building where there's more kind of junk and scrap, and you go back and there's like what do you call them, like a circuit breaker like thing here on that the main building, the biggest one on the top right there. On the outside there's like some sort of circuit breakers or something, like electrical whatever crap, and then you meet the river.
Yeah, we got the power box.
Yeah, power box, and you meet the river, and you don't really see anything else.
Well, we found one thing, and Ivan will head back around. He'll come in through that like loading area gate that had the not locked lock on it, to meet back up with the others.
Let's jump over to the other two. What are Leslie and Jimmy doing?
Hey, stand there by the fence. Let me take your photos so I can get some posterity shots. Take some photos. Take some photos of Leslie. One of my favorite subjects.
Leslie does not approve, but all right.
I let Comfy's sniff. He's sniffing around the area. Kind of let Comfy's go by the front of the building.
Comfy's has found a very, very interesting bush.
Has he?
Yeah, he pees on it.
Oh. Comfy's, no. Hey, Comfy's, come back. Comfy's, come back. I do that for about 3-4 minutes.
Okay, maybe we can go into this building right here, the one that's right by the parking lot entrance.
On the left?
Yeah, on the west side of the map. I'm assuming this is oriented in that way.
You can use the cardinal directions, and I'll take them. So yeah, the smaller building, the more mundane one. If you go in. Who has the key? I mean, I guess you have the keys.
Yeah, I got the keys.
It takes you a second because you have to find the right key, and there's like 20, 30 keys on this thing. It's like a big old key ring.
How's there 20, 30 keys for a complex that only has 4 buildings?
Well, you don't know what else they have, man.
Mystery keys.
They just handed us the whole keys for their entire like real estate empire. Jesus.
So yeah, anyways, you use the key ring, you get into the room, and you see that it's set up with a bunch of tables and chairs, and it looks to be some sort of like break room / like cafeteria. It's like big enough probably for whoever was working there to just like all have a lunch hour or whatever. So there's also a smaller room in the top right corner there. It's like some sort of office. There's like some cabinets on the north wall, and like it's not a refrigerator. It's a couple of ice boxes. That's how like outdated it is, even in like the 60s. So they haven't like upgraded to refrigerators yet, and like a little coffee machine, stuff like that.
So part of the equipment, I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier, that I have is essentially a tape recorder with a small microphone that I can point and listen on some over-ear headphones. If our listeners want like a clearer picture of what that is, if you can think of The Conjuring when they're doing the initial investigation of the house, and there's like a guy with the tape recorder, a mic, right, and some headphones going through that. That's what he's got going on. I would like to just kind of listen inside the building, see if I pick anything up through that setup.
Yeah, give me. I don't know if it would be a listen check because you're using equipment. Do you have something else that's more applicable?
I'm looking at my character sheet, and I didn't put anything in electronics.
What about in listen? Do you have a listen? We have listen, right?
I got chingos of listen. I got listen up the wazoo.
Okay, you can use listen.
Okay.
You can use listen.
All right. Okay.
He uses the equipment. He just doesn't know how it works or how to fix it.
Yeah. That's part of the mystery.
I've got one ear on, one ear off with the headphones, and I'm listening with the ear off. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, I got 00 on on the D10, is that a 0 or is that 100?
If it's a double O, what would you get on? Yeah, that would be a 0 unless you also got a 0 on the other one.
No, I got a 9.
If you get a double 0 on the one with the two numbers, and you get a 1 on the one with the 1, that's a 1, and that's like the best thing in the world. That's your natural 20, right? If you get zeros all the way, that is a 100, and that is like a critical failure.
Well,
just for everyone to know, we might not ever run into those because we have lots of numbers to go through, but you never know. So you got a 9. Mm-hmm. That's probably an extreme success. You listened for a little while. I'm assuming you're recording it on a tape.
Yeah.
And then like you do playback, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you have like live listening at that time. So like, yeah.
No. It would definitely be like I'm trying to like live listen, but it would definitely be like record it, stop it, raise the volume on the thing, and try to listen in on that.
Yeah. So like you don't really hear much on the live listen. As you like kind of wind it back and you mess with the settings a little bit, you hear, I don't know, it's weird because it sounds like it could just be the river because you're pretty close. You definitely hear a couple of spots where like the dog was out against the wall of the building. It also kind of just sounds like think of all of like the worst sounds that you could hear when someone is eating, up to including like, open mouth chewing, gagging and stuff, and like, throwing up, like someone throwing up. Like you're like, well, that kind of sounds like the river, but it also kind of sounds like, I don't know, like that's kind of weird. It sounds like all these weird, disgusting things.
I like make a note on a pad, Western Warehouse audio sounds, faintly chewing, faintly gross, faintly like I'm recording a podcast with Harold.
Hey, I put my coffee down.
And a Brian.
So that's gross. All right.
Harold, what are you doing?
I guess Jimmy's found himself in the corridor, in the courtyard by himself. There with Confies.
Where, in between the building and the chain link fence?
Yeah, I'm in the courtyard by the mundane building. And what an unfortunate name.
Sure, like where there's that middle section where it opens up.
Yeah. The audience on the audio medium could definitely see me right there in the middle.
Past the little cafeteria building, there is a kind of an open space. Maybe like guys could take the smoke breaks, or it's the 60s, so they didn't really actually have to go outside to do that. It's a factory, so it's open anyways, pretty much. Yeah, so you're kind of in this open middle area. Off to the north, it runs into the river. There's a little like some sort of like shed attached to the main building there, and there's like some barrels and stuff stacked there. To the south, you see the scrapyard with the crane. There's a bunch of cars and stuff. You'd probably know. So this is 1969. A lot of this would be considered maybe like a mini factory is what they're called. And they deal a lot with scrap. And they were a pretty significant part of like the World War II like effort. So this factory probably you probably know that. So at this time, so you would see like, oh yeah, these guys probably just like cut up vehicles and whatever scrap metal and cast it into different things.
Yes, my extensive historic knowledge of the American economic system and the late 60s.
And this goes for all of you. Probably not doing that like for the government now, but that's probably what it did at one point.
Sure. Hey, is there in that smoke break section where the folks used to chillax?
Sure, yeah, the courtyard. We can call it the courtyard.
The courtyard. Is there any cigarettes there? Is any leave-ins of anybody there?
Give me a spot. Actually, no, you don't have to. There's no. Give me a spot hidden.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
5. Okay, that's really good. Yeah, you glance around. If you're just kind of in that courtyard area, you do see like some older butts. I mean, that's just what you're gonna see probably. But
older butts. God, that's so many. That's all there is.
And Harold's just taking the opportunity to just dunk on me and Brian.
Why did you make your character from the Northeast if all you're gonna do is dunk on Northeasterners?
This is a character challenge, okay? I wanted to play something that I, have no connection or love for, So hey, it's fine. No. My family comes from the Northeast. I have much love for used peoples.
Used people, yeah, used guys and yins. would be very, very Pennsylvanian. Yins. That's Pittsburgh. So yeah, you do find what you think are probably newer cigarette butts, and even Comfy's kind of sniffs at them because they do have probably more of a stronger smell. The other ones, are like tattered by rain and whatever, and just bits of paper at this point. But these are like still together and whole, and they are located kind of close to the shed.
Interesting. I'm going to roll a art craft photography photo skill check, and I'm going to take some artful photos of the cigarette butts there by the abandoned shack vis-a-vis abandoned places.
I mean, if you want to roll it, you can. Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to roll it. I want to create some Americana, if it's okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know about Americana, but okay.
It's Americana. That's the goal.
That's what the exhibit's called.
Sure. I rolled a 38.
And what's your skill?
I have a skill of 60.
Oh yeah, so that's like not quite a hard success, but it's a success.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, they're you know what? They're probably the nicest pictures of cigarette butts you've ever seen.
Wow. Hey, you guys should see this. You're moving out of the journalism phase, be making cool art. Modernism. It's all about the minimalism and the look.
I should see what, Jimmy? What are you taking pictures of?
I'd show you on my digital viewfinder, but it's the 60s. I don't have that kind of thing. You have to wait for me to go to like a black room.
Yeah. What are you? What did you take the picture of?
Oh, did you take it with your film camera or your Polaroid?
Oh, the film camera, of course. These are art. This was an art roll.
Oh, okay.
You don't use the Polaroid for art.
Oh well, later when you develop it, it's the best pictures of cigarette butts you've ever seen.
So good.
He can already tell. He already knows what it's gonna be.
No, of course, because I'm an artist.
So yeah, Ivan came in through that south entrance with the scrapyard, and yeah, you could see Jimmy there.
You are taking pictures of. You find footprints. You find maybe clues.
I found an incredible moment in the decline of American life, my friend. All right, this is something you might not understand, but this used to be a prosperous economic country, and look at us, ramshackle. You know what I'm saying? Look at this place. There used to be people here all the time.
This is one place I think mostly is still doing fine.
I'm just saying, sometime in the future, 2020, Pennsylvania is going to be a dump. You know what I'm saying? Pennsylvania is going to be unimportant.
Now we'd like to apologize to all of our Pennsylvanian listeners, being that during the recording of this episode, I am living in Pennsylvania myself, so...
In no shape or form are they going to have any sort of, electoral importance.
Harold's insulting the DM's home state.
No, this is important for my character.
Jimmy's gonna die.
Okay, well, if it's not part of investigation, perhaps you focus on this. We are being paid to do this, so...
All right, okay. Hey, my Russian friend, why don't you go in and check out this abandoned shack here, this weird place that I'm standing in front of.
Okay, you come with, take pictures?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you first.
All right, let's go in. Where is Leslie with keys?
Yeah, there is a lock on the door. Leslie is still in the other building. And let's jump over to Leslie right now.
Leslie with keys, where are you?
I've got the headphones on. Ah, Jesus.
yeah, it's loud. It's like he was shouting and he was like 2 feet away.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk out of the building and head on over to where they are so I can unlock the door. Unless I don't know, is there anything in particular that I might notice out of this building?
Like I said, there's like various cabinets and stuff. There is an office on that top right section.
Okay, but well, before I go into the top right section, am I don't know which skill it would be, but am I able to...
What do you want to do?
I just want to take a look around, see if it looks like anyone's been in the building or come in and out.
That would be spot hidden.
Okay, yeah, let me do a spot hidden. Okay. Well, I got a 79, so that's a fail.
You don't really see anything. You just see what you've already seen.
What a world I've seen. I leave the building.
All right. Yeah, there's 2 exits on this building. You see that there's one close to the entrance of the parking lot, and there's one that empties out into that courtyard. So yeah, you can meet the fellow gang, the intrepid men.
Yeah, I'm gonna like stick my head out of the door closest to where they are. She'd be like, "What?"
We need you. It's lock on door. We are trying to go in.
Can I do a roll and see if I can get Comfies to go and collect the keys? Comfies, go get the keys. Comfies, go get them.
Comfies does the thing where he just looks at you and he tilts his head because he's no idea what you're talking
I
about.
turn to the Untitled and goes, no, he's dumb as hell, but he's so damn cute. I fucking love his life.
He is good dog.
What do you need? What do you need? The keys?
We need keys. Take off the headphones.
I'm gonna. Are they close enough for me to toss keys at them?
Sure.
All right, I roll to toss. There's no toss skill.
Just fucking huck them.
Yeah, it doesn't quite make it because it is like 20 feet or so, but yeah, no, they can get the keys easy enough.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back into the building.
How you say, boy howdy, what a throw. Niven picks up the keys and he grumbles in Russian as he picks up the keys and takes them over to the door.
Should have rolled for it.
I just saw there's a throw skill. I should have rolled for throw.
You try the keys, it takes you a little bit, but you do get one that unlocks this door's padlock on it. And as you take the lock off, you pull the thing, you pull the handle, and you push, and it doesn't move.
I pull.
You know what, Brian? It opens.
Fuck yeah!
Never mind. You just skipped the whole skill check.
Man.
Wow.
His exterior door has to open out for fire safety standards.
Naturally.
Yeah, they were really concerned about that in 69.
I mean, they knew about it.
They should be.
I don't know. They probably did. So you open it. It's really musty. It's a little tiny like tool shed, storage shed. There's like there's there's various tools, hammers, and things to do like repairs around the place. There's also like a mop and things. You could learn more with a spot hidden check.
I will go ahead and try to do one of those. Oh, and I forgot last time to mark that I had succeeded on the roll. So let me mark that and then.
Actually, I want to jump back to Leslie, so maybe we do that when we come back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that when we come back.
Yeah, I'm more important. Go ahead.
Yeah. What would you like to do? You threw the keys. You're still kind of there.
I'm gonna check out the office.
The office is also locked.
Gee, it's almost like we ought to be moving as a group because we have one set of keys.
Hey, I need the keys.
What?
The keys.
Hey, don't give it to him. Listen, we're just going to be in the same position in a few minutes, so, we stand firm. He comes to us. We don't go to him. He does this to us all the time.
Ivan does a strong, overhand just throw of the keys as hard as he can.
Okay. Roll something.
Roll throw.
No, don't roll anything. They just slam into the side of the building, fall on the ground. You can get the keys. You find the right one after a couple of tries. And yeah, it's a little office. It looks like there's 2 desks there. They're not labeled or anything. The on the door it did say like human resources. So this is HR.
Place of great evil.
Burn it to the ground.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff in here.
They didn't have human resources in 1969.
Well, records,
This place was so progressive.
purchasing.
Another place of great evil.
There's no sign on the door. Never mind. It's an office. Yeah, there's 2 desks. There's like some, I don't know, like a good amount of file cabinets, but it's still like it's a small room. Like these guys were definitely crowded in here.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, why don't you give me a spot hidden if you want to look around?
All right. I'm super good at those.
As an investigator, you probably should be pretty good.
I put all my skill points in pilot.
23. All right.
I'm assuming that's a success.
Yeah. I have a 60 in spot hidden.
You look around a little bit. There are in the filing cabinets, like you're leafing through them. There's a bunch of like employee records and accident reports, and so you look and you find these accident reports for the past year, and you see there was a machine malfunction and somebody like lost a hand. Like the stairs in the factory floor collapsed at one point. Somebody fell. You see that there was a small fire in the storage lot. That seems to be the first accident with the dates. I mean, they're kind of all out of order, but you're like looking at the dates and stuff over the past year. And there was a old car that was dropped by the crane, and that injured someone as well. You find a bunch of just like all these accident reports.
Does it look like anyone died from any of these?
No, nobody like had any. There wasn't, and nobody died. There's some serious injuries. Like the person who got hit by the car is like paralyzed. I mean, they don't really tell you, too much beyond like what they initially see. So like the person got like crushed. There's broken bones that they noted, because these aren't done after the hospital. Like they're not waiting for the doctor to tell them what's wrong necessarily. They're just said somebody got a car dropped on them. Although it doesn't say that the employee died. So you're like, okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? My bottom half is crushed. So like a 7 or...
Point to the face that's making the face that you're making right now because of your pain.
Is it the owie face or is it the ooh face? Which one?
That's what you find in there. Can you give me a power roll?
Power! Okay. All right.
That's a good power roll right there, too.
Well, it was not, because that was a 49, and my power is 40. Just missed it.
So you're looking through the documents, and you think you see there's like some sort of mark on the papers, and you look around a little bit. There's another mark. And there's another mark, and you just have this urge, like this need, like you gotta find what this means. And you start just tearing through all of the papers. There's like 7 different file cabinets, and you're going through all the drawers, and all that you know is that there's a mystery. You're Charlie in It's Always Sunny, where he's like putting together everything.
Oh yeah.
Like you're like, wait a minute, there's something here, and that's all your brain is telling you.
Yeah. I'm looking for Pepe Sylvia. Yeah, totally.
And you just have like these 3 little like ticks that are on some of these papers that you're seeing. So Brian, Ivan, why don't you roll a spot hidden check?
Yeah, okay.
So we roll back over to the storage shed.
Yeah, as I'm poking into the storage shed.
Tool shed, or I don't know what it is. It's a shed.
And Ivan's probably has like a flashlight. That's the most modern piece of equipment he has for looking around during our investigations. All right, let's go. Don't fail me, dice. Oh, they didn't. I got a 50 on my 55 for spot hidden.
Nice.
Pulled it off.
Okay, yeah. So you get in, and like I said, it's has various tools about. You're looking around. It's also, again, it's pretty small. It's maybe like 10 feet deep, 12 feet deep, maybe like 4 or 5, like 5 feet wide. So it's not that big. A lot of stuff is crammed into here. You do manage to find again, you see cigarette butts. I mean, you didn't necessarily see them outside, but you do see a cigarette butt. You do see...
I'm with him, so I'll see him too.
Yes, I'll treat that as a group thing. Yeah, so y'all can see both of those.
Hey, yo, we got group things going on.
Don't say it like that.
We got a little group thing, Ivan. Come on.
You notice something like shiny, and there's like a board like leaned against the wall, like some spare like plywood or lumber or whatever. So you move it, and behind it there seems to be like hanging up extra pairs of like heat resistant gloves, like made out of some sort of like that shiny silver material, and like one of like the head things, probably used in, I mean, they're dealing with molten steel, so probably used there.
Interesting. So this was definitely like it's just seeming like a storage shed though. For the most part, like this is just where they stored some extra equipment and stuff.
It seems more like a tool shed. Like this is somebody's, like, they probably had some sort of handyman or custodian or something. Like there's like tools to fix stuff up, and there's a mop. Like, yeah, it's not just like a storage room.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll poke around, and we found like the gloves and the mask and everything. I'll check those out to see if there's anything odd with those, just because they had the board sort of like put over them.
I mean, it doesn't really seem, you won't have to roll for that. It doesn't seem to be anything like odd with them. They definitely are older, like, they're old, but they're not like entirely decayed or anything. They seem to be in like fine condition still. You'd imagine there's probably more pieces than this. But all that's here is like gloves and like a couple of, like, it seems like almost spare stuff.
Jimmy, take some pictures, and then we go meet back up with Leslie.
Wait. Do that thing where you hold up the gloves and the mask and you just kind of stare blankly forward at the camera. So we got like one of those like investigator photos, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's classic stuff. So I take a few photos of that.
I've been we get some good like dour investigative crime scene photos.
Right. Even though we're not quite sure what it is that we're investigating yet. But hey, you know what? Even if we don't find anything, maybe we can like peel together some details. And, like,
we know that it has to do with a steel mill, and these are steel mill things. So we've got some good pictures.
For sure. You know, I'm just saying, like this is good content for like a book or like a novel, like a radio based story we can do together. Saying.
We can put together a scrapbook of adventures later on.
Good news. We found tools that you use in the mill.
This is good.
That's what you get to tell them.
Yeah.
That's what we'll tell the guys. We found your tools.
Is there any any really good tools in this closet, like drills or like weapony kind of stuff?
Are you asking if they're worth selling?
Is there anything here worth us burglaring?
I mean, I feel like I'm still like my base is like D&D rogue, so whenever I'm in this position, yeah, let's do some loot.
No, Ivan definitely sort of hooks an arm around Jimmy's shoulders and, all right, let's go meet back up with Leslie.
I'm just saying this job isn't very lucrative. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I can do is take some hot photos.
It is if we don't get in trouble for constantly stealing from employers.
I mean, like, these places are bad. What, you think they take some, like, inventory of how many gloves they got or how many high-powered silver sharpening tools they got here? I don't know. Silver sharpening tools.
Probably they are going to sell things when they sell the mill.
Because they need to sharpen their silver in this mill, yeah, totally. I don't know how business works, but yes, I'm good at this job. It's whatever it is we're doing, I'm doing it.
They print money at the mill. That's their business.
Yeah, have we figured out like what the mill does?
It's a steel mill.
It's a steel mill. They take the scrap and they break it up and they melt it down and then
they steal things, right? And they make it into like hats.
It says Herring Steelworks on the map.
And what else? Like
Harold, I just want to let you know you're the heart and soul of this podcast. You're why I get up every morning and think I gotta record.
Steel mills make hats, right? Like, what else are they making with steel? Hats, I don't know, like cool collective jugs?
No, Harold, they mass produce Steely Dan albums. Duh, come on, dude.
Oh, that's perfect for the time.
We're gonna go meet up with Leslie.
Yeah, I'm still in the office. I'm trying to arrange these papers so that the marks line up to reveal their secrets to me so I can know what this is all about.
If you call out like Ivan did, you don't get a response. You get to the cafeteria, you walk in, there's no one in the main like break room area, but there is that office door. It's open and you hear like shuffling papers and like the chairs like being scraped against the floor and moved, and you walk in and you just see Leslie there just pulling out papers, slapping stuff down on the table, going to a different file cabinet, searching through them. There's like papers on the floor. It looks like a mess.
And I'm naked.
Oh no.
No, I'm not naked.
Hey Leslie, what you doing over there? You're very Canadian. I'm sorry.
Where are you from?
Hey, what you doing over there, buddy?
Look. Okay, a couple years ago, there's a machine malfunction, right? And then a couple years after that, the stairs collapsed, and then there's a small fire in a storage lot. That was like that's where it all began. Okay, look. There's marks.
Where what began?
There's marks on the papers. Take a look. Look, I think if I line them up just right, this will all come together.
This is a coffee stain.
I feel if I line everything up, it all makes sense. I can figure this out. I got this, boys.
I'm gonna take a photo of him in this position.
Leslie, these are ink and coffee stains. This is nothing.
No, you're not looking at it. Like, okay, look. Try from up here. Get up on the desk with me. And I like get up on the desk. I'm like, look, if you see it from the top down, come on, Ivan. Here, I'll help you up. I know you're old. Come on.
Against his better judgment, Ivan does step up to view things as Leslie views them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of papers on the floor. It doesn't look like anything than just like a mess. You don't see these marks that he's talking about.
You see the marks? They're right there.
Leslie, I see nothing. I see a mess. You have strewn. You threw all these papers on the floor. I don't. Why? Why did you do this? You make mess. You make mess, Leslie.
Hey, you know what? Jimmy's feeling really clever here, so he's gonna take out his Polaroid camera and he's gonna take a photo of Leslie and all his documents.
You take a photo of Leslie and Ivan standing on a desk.
Yeah.
It's a small building, has like a drop ceiling type deal, so you're like almost like touching the ceiling with your head. You're like hunched over.
Dude, that's Americana right there.
But I wanna look at the photo. I wanna see if I can do a spot hidden in the photo.
Sure, that'll take a second. I will say, Leslie, why don't you give me a reality check?
Reality check? Is that different from a sanity check?
So reality check, I might be using it a little wrong here, but I think it applies. So reality check is if you lose half of your hit point or half of your sanity points, you could go temporarily insane. And to get out of that, you need to pass a reality check. I like to put it into some other weird things that are happening. So here he's going to have to roll his sanity and get below the number to try to snap out of whatever this is.
Okay.
Is there any way that I can aid him in this?
Yeah, you can give him a bonus die.
Ivan's there pointing out, like, look, there is no mark here. That mark you took, there is no mark. This man, that fire, they say what caused the fire is not a problem. This is nothing.
You can get a bonus die, I'm sorry, because he is helping you.
Okay. Okay. God damn. I got my lowest is a 62.
What's your sanity at?
40?
Oh no. Okay, so because I'm using this wrong, I'm going to tweak it a little bit anyways.
Leslie, you going insane, boy.
I will say that you do get out of this, but I'm going to need you to roll another sanity roll and possibly take some damage here.
Oh boy.
Give me a sanity roll.
That didn't go so well. Okay. Fuck, it's a 70.
Oh my god.
Oh man, okay. Well, you take
Leslie going nuts, dude.
3 points of sanity damage.
3 points of sanity damage. Oh no.
That's almost 10% of his sanity.
So Leslie, you kind of come out of this here, and as you know, Ivan's like there, and he's maybe like put his hand on you, and you look at him. You shake your head, and you look down, and there aren't any marks there, and you're just like, what did I just do? Like, why did that just happen to me?
I'm tired.
Hey, Leslie, you doing all right there, buddy? Want some coffee? I saw a machine in the other building.
Can we step down now?
Yeah, let's step down. Now I feel stupid.
You are okay?
You want to see the Polaroid of yourself up on the table? It's a good one.
No, don't.
No, it's a good one.
This happens to all of us. You remember when Jimmy over here saw picture, thought his dad was in it, but was old picture? What a dunce. Anyway, let's keep looking around.
You know, I kept that. It's good. No, it's nice. I like to look at it. It looks, and it reminds me.
No, it is nice picture, but your father is not in picture.
That's a picture of my dad. I don't know why you kept that photo.
I think he's a very handsome gentleman. I like to keep him around.
Remember when Jimmy thought you and he were long lost brothers? Ah, what an idiot. Anyway.
He looks very good in a white suit, you know, your father.
I feel better about myself now that we all made fun of Jimmy.
That's good.
Hey y'all, it's John again, and I just wanted to roll a quick reality check for everyone listening here. No, you're fine. Don't worry. Everything's great. Gosh, you're drooling a little bit, but you know what? I'm sure that's normal. We want to take a second to shout out rolemusic for providing our awesome intro song titled The River, One Man Symphony for the additional scene music throughout the episode. You can find them on Bandcamp and Patreon. Contributors at freesound.org for all the sound effects and ambient noises you're hearing. Check out the show notes for more info and links to all the music in the episode. We also want to shout out our friends at Touchtone Heroes. They're creating an interactive podcast where voicemails left by their listeners are used to help build the fictional world. Their show is starting soon, and you can get in on the fun by leaving them a message at 515-599-6753. If you want some more of us in your life, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at TwoScast. That's TWOS Cast, and use the hashtag TwoScast to say hello. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and Google Podcasts. If you're listening on Spotify or Podbean, be sure to hit the follow button. And if you leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, we'll give you a shout out. The next episode and conclusion of our adventure will come out May 25th, so stay tuned. Okay, back to the mill. It's about to get spooky. So Jimmy, are you looking at the photo?
Yeah, I want to take a look at the photo. Do a spot check or something. Let's do a spot check or something.
Of my father, or
Of the Polaroid I just took of you too.
okay.
If you're looking at it, I want you to give me a spot hidden.
Okay, I'll do that.
Is anybody else gonna take a look at the photo, or are you just moving on?
No, I'm ashamed.
Ooh, he's ashamed. I rolled a 41. I have a spot hidden of 60.
Yeah, that's good.
Good.
So that's a success. So what you do see, you're just looking at it. You see them on the table, like kind of arguing, talking on the desk, and you don't really see any of the papers below. But as you're kind of just like looking at it as it's fading in, you kind of see a mark like on the wall, and it's probably shadows, because as you look, you're like, maybe the camera just didn't capture it right, or the flash or whatever, because you don't see it on the wall, but it looks like a Y, right? But then there's like a third one. There's like a third line coming off like in the middle of that fork at the top of the Y.
Interesting. Whoa, hey, whoa, hey, fellas, hey, ooh. Something weird's going on in this photo.
Yeah. What is it?
Hey,
Just say what it is.
I'm just saying, it's something like it's like a Y or an O, or a Y-O or something. It's like
Well, which is it? Y and O look nothing alike.
just look at the photo. Look at the Polaroid. It's right there on the wall. I'm looking at the wall. I don't see it there, but it's there on the photo.
Okay, hand it here.
I'm not going crazy. I didn't do a sanity roll. It's right there.
Let's take a look at it.
Leslie would recognize this as very similar to what he was seeing on these papers.
This is it. This is the mark. This is the mark I was seeing.
Yeah, but that mark was not on the papers.
Okay, but now it's in the photo.
Should I pull out my rosemary and sage now? Start getting good juju smoke on this?
Yeah, get the good juju. Let's.
Hey, if you want the juju, whatever. Okay, it's fine with me. But maybe we should poke around a little. Maybe see this symbol again.
No. I put small packet down on floor. It does not set fire anywhere. It burns slow. Nice little smoke. That is all.
Hey, I want to just check out the wall. Okay, I'm gonna take out my good camera with the good flash. All right, I got that little attachment. Right, it's the same flash thing I've had. This is like they made it back in like 1969. It's the same thing. You can buy it on there, I promise you. I'm gonna do like a little flash of the wall and like try to see if I can find the symbol again.
You'll find out after you develop the photos.
Are you like using just the flash, and then we're all looking at the wall to see if it shows up when you do the flash?
Just looking at the wall. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, you don't see anything. Like you fire the flash a couple of times, but no, you don't. Nothing really appears. It looks just like the wall. To be clear, in the photo, it did look rather like it wasn't super apparent that thing was there. That's why you had to do a spot hidden, because it's like behind where they were on the wall, and like it was pretty big, but it still looked like might have just been shadows or like a stains or whatever, but it was there.
I am thinking we may have something here, but for right now, we keep looking around.
Yeah.
See what there is maybe in main building. We have checked shed. We have checked the little cafeteria here. Now go to main mill.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. I'm feeling some spookies. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling the spookies.
I have not felt spooks yet, but we have seen signs. I am ready for spook to appear.
Keep the eyes peeled for a 3-pronged Y fork.
Upside down peace sign, I understand.
Yeah, it's an upside down peace sign without the circle.
It is war sign. Oh no!
So yeah, you guys want to make your way to the factory floor. It's on the west side, like walking from the cafeteria. You can just walk straight in, like essentially, like it's a one like a garage door, right? There's like a smaller door on the side, like that they can also use. But yeah, you can open either of those. You see that the mill is pretty dark, even though it does have like windows. Not all the buildings are dark because there's no power on right now. Or at least nobody's turned on any lights or tried. But if you do try, yeah, it's not really on.
I'm using my flashlight.
Yeah, there you go. Using the flashlight. Yeah, you look around. This is a multi-level little floor. So the main like work would be done on the main, the ground floor. There is like metal walkways kind of surrounding the whole building, like goes around all the walls. In the top right section, there are stairs and another office looking building, probably like a foreman or whatever. Maybe that's where Miss Herring works. But that's on the second floor, kind of like as an overseeing position. That's where the stairs lead. And then you can also get to the walkway. On the north side, there seems to be different stations for like casting the metal into like different, like, I don't know, whatever they were hired to do, like steel beams or whatnot. And there's different sizes depending, and different like shapes for different things. To the south end, there are different, like, I guess, smelters. I didn't get too far into my steel mill research, but that's where they melt it down. There's these big, like, I don't know, 5-6 feet across, like cauldrons, I guess you would call them, like hanging from the ceiling. And it seems like they might be able to transport stuff, from there, pull it up, throw it over to the other side. And there's like one for each of them. There's also to the south, there's like, the plastic hanging strips, right, that you like go through, like a refrigerator or the butcher shop that you see them a lot. So there's like a corridor there, and they have the plastic hanging strips. Underneath the office area, there's like storage, like barrels of things. So that's what you got.
Let's start poking around. I think Ivan's probably going to start with poking around at like the different workstations to see what's going on with those.
I know I said we should stick together because of all the spookies, but I now want to split up, and I want to go upstairs and check out this lady's cool office space.
How about we check office together after checking downstairs? Maybe we use what is the word?
See, this is the problem with our group, because we never created any sort of sense of authority. So you want to go that way, I want to go this way. You know what? We're just going to argue all day.
This is America. Put it to democracy vote. Leslie, where do we go first?
Let's stick together. I've already gotten a little confused with just a stack of papers, so maybe we reduce that and just stick together. Stick together,
No, that is what I say, but where do we stick together at? Do we do workstation first floor, or do we go straight to office second floor?
Let's take a look at the workstations on the first floor.
Oh, you guys never want to do what I want to do.
No. Everything you want to do is bad.
Leslie, give me a spot hidden with a bonus die, because you initiated it, but you're all looking. Actually, no, I believe there is a mechanic in this game where you all go, and if one of you succeed, you all succeed. So everyone can do a spot hidden, and if not, I'm ruling that that's what we're going to do in this room.
All right.
It's a good thing about being the one in charge, the keeper, the DM, is you get to change things.
Well, the good thing about all of us rolling is that I got a 91.
I got a 71.
What happens if I hit my number exactly?
That's a success.
Ooh, I succeeded. I got a 60.
Yay!
It was really hard to look around, but you got it.
Ivan's smacking his flashlight. He hasn't changed the batteries in 3 years.
Ivan's smacking his flashlight, and it keeps turning off and on, but as it's turning off and on, it's flashing in Jimmy's face.
It takes you guys a while, and you look around. You probably search the whole room, maybe 20-30 minutes. I'll give you a little rundown. So yeah, most of the stations haven't really seen work for a little while. I don't think they said how long they've been like closed down, but it's not like everything is super dusty or anything, so you don't imagine it was too long that it's been shut down. You go from station to station. You do notice at the very end on the bottom there on the south, the smelting station. It's actually, you didn't notice it when you first opened the door, the light came in, but it actually is kind of hot. Like, it had seen use kind of recently. And then there's like storage with barrels and crates in that top right section on the ground floor.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the hot smelting station.
It's not like super red hot. It's like had been cooling for a while. Probably none of you really know how long it's been there because you haven't worked in a steel mill or worked in molten steel. It's pretty obvious. Okay, it's not like it has been heating up. It had been heated up, and it seems to be cooling off. But it still has a glow, in there. So,
do we think Mrs. Herring was smelting before we showed up?
Well, they haven't said that they've completely ceased operations, have they?
You did hear that it was, I think, from a couple people that the mill was closed.
Well, you know what they say: he who smelt it dealt it.
So we need to find who smelt.
Or dealt? Yes, smelt. We need to find who smelt. And then that he who hath smelt, then he who will dealt. Yes.
The person who did it is the person who did it.
But what if it was she who smelt?
That was beautiful. They who hath smelt will be they who hath dealt.
No, I'm just asking legitimately. I think it was woman, if anyone, who did this. Because she said she was here. We were not. No one else.
Yeah, you mean Miss Scarlet. Maybe. Maybe she did. Okay.
Now we have reason to go check office. Let's go there.
But the thing is, though, if she says in here to check things out, then why would she need us to check things out if she's been in here smelting all the time?
Well, maybe there are other things happening. She just happened to be smelting. Maybe this is, what was the thing? Molten man they talk about.
No, come on. Come on.
Look, my point is simply that, we see signs, we have bad feeling. Maybe something is happening. I don't know.
Well, look, trying to keep this based in reality. Right now, it looks like someone hath smelt. I'm going to make note of that in my notebook.
Put this in notebook. I think there is, how you say, ghost.
I write in my notebook, Ivan's stupid.
Yeah, you get up there to the office. These are probably the stairs that Leslie read collapsed at one point. As you walk up, it's the only stairs you've seen here. It's a small office. You can open the door. You get in there. So it's a small, but it's nice. And you see it does have, Scarlet Herring was on the door frame. So you have her desk kind of to the left or on the west side, facing the rest of the room. You have a small little end table on the east side, closer to the door. And there's a little chair there and some papers, a little folder. And there's a tiny little thing that looks hobbled together, but it says August Moss on the little end table. And that seems to be where he's been working.
Oh, Mossy. All right.
Rough land.
So is there a file cabinets or anything like that?
There's some file cabinets closer to the boss's desk there.
If the file cabinets are unlocked, I'd like to use my library use skill on it.
Library use is a skill in this game because you do a lot of research as investigators. You know what? Yeah, I'll say that they're locked, but you look around and there are keys and they're just in a pretty easy to get spot. It's the first place you think oh, I wonder if she has keys right beside the cabinet. Oh yeah, there it is. So then you unlock it.
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah, do the library use. That's a better. I probably should have had you do that in the first filing room.
Okay. All right. Come on, die. One good roll. Fuck. Sorry. Is a 92?
Oh no. You can push the roll if you'd like.
I'm gonna push the roll.
What might happen if he pushes the roll and fails, though?
Oh man. Paper cut, man.
They're savage. Okay. All right. Come on. Yes, 51.
51, that's a success, all right? Okay.
Yes, out of 75.
75, yeah, you're good at research. Okay, yeah, so you look around in the filing cabinets. You do, it's a lot of financial stuff. You can kind of see where actually the initial changed from H. Herring to S. Herring, which would have been her late husband, Henry, where she took over after his death about a year ago. You do end up finding some papers kind of stick out to you. They're newer, and it looks to be a bunch of suggested contracts, changes to the contracts, some correspondence between Miss Herring and a PFS Incorporated.
Okay. Herring and PF Chang's. Got it.
PF Chang's, PFS Incorporated, and it's a lot of stuff about selling the complex. And you see that they're talking about it seems really low. They're offering a really small price for the factory and the land. And their letters say, hey, look, you have all this stuff. It's a big problem for you. There's all of these accidents that are happening. I'm not going to invest in something that much when I have this risk there. And they're really very stern on paying this low amount, much below what you would think it would be worth.
So yeah, I'm filing through the papers. They say, well, looks like Miss Scarlet is having a pretty tough time selling it, as we know, but the price that they're going for here is ridiculous. It's all from the problems and accidents this place has been having. It doesn't look like whatever PFS Incorporated is. Yeah, they're really getting this place at a steal.
What would we be able to find that would be able to help her out exactly? What the hell are we doing here exactly?
Well, if we prove accidents are from, a source, that helps. If we prove is ghost and then get rid of ghost, I guess that helps too.
Hold on. Are we in the exorcism business?
Hey, whoa. Nothing about that in my job description.
You were hired to either get rid of the rumors and be like, everything's fine, and or if there is something wrong, take care of it.
I'm just saying, like, weird symbols on the walls, okay, that's cool and all, but, like, that's not evidence of anything, really.
Well, speaking of those weird symbols, I realized Ivan knows a little bit about the occult, both from his upbringing as well as from personal research into it and the different artifacts that he deals with. Is there any chance I could maybe like roll occult to see if Ivan recognizes or knows anything about that symbol?
Absolutely, man.
Hey, Ivan, is your detailed knowledge of the occult the reason why you left the old country?
Ivan blocks out the distractions and focuses on the question at hand. Shit, that was a 67. That is not high enough. Or not low enough. I don't suppose there's any way for me to push a roll about whether I know this or not.
Yeah, I would say that you could.
I have a pretty high occult. Maybe I could help him with that.
Okay, yeah. You can get the bonus die, but is still pushing the roll.
I'll push it with a little bit of help. As Ivan, he's sort of talking out loud as he's going over this and thinking about, what does it mean? What's the possible source of this symbol? That gives me an 11 with the bonus die, which is that is an extreme success for me.
Oh damn. Okay, I wasn't prepared for this.
Ooh, so extreme.
Ivan's radical, dude. He's like, oh my god, I know everything. He does a kickflip
With his crowbar.
Yeah.
It's in the back of Ivan's head. He's like, I don't know, like that, maybe that is familiar to me for some reason. So you get the picture back out and you're looking at it as, Leslie's going through the files. And
he pulls out like a little notebook he has with a pencil and is like he's like copying the symbol over and over again to focus on like, what does it mean?
you realize like this does look kind of Nordic, the Falkars, like the runes, but it's not quite that. I mean, it's similar, but it's not quite. And you look and you see, like, what? It's this Y, but all the lines that extrude also have little ticks on them. And, this symbol is definitely something that you've seen, in Nordic things and Nordic theology, aside from these little ticks. But you think with something is telling you that it's more Germanic, which does have some history in the Norse, but that's kind of what you get from it.
He's sort of brewing on that. He mutters to himself as he's working through it, starting in Russian, but then presumably Leslie, asks him what's going on, and he shares that information, and that's how we reach the conclusion together that this seems maybe German, old German, Germanic even. So, something strange here.
Hey, it's all Italian to me, you know what I'm saying?
No, that doesn't make any sense. Italy is nowhere near Germany in terms of language or writing or anything.
Ivan, what does the symbol mean? I'm a little out of my wheelhouse here as far as German occult.
I am also out of the wheelhouse, as you say. I would need to look for what this means. Hopefully, maybe a town library has records, old books on German writing, old things. Maybe we will see. For now is something, and is more evidence. There is something here, I tell you.
Everyone give me a listen check.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Did Brian roll a 100?
I didn't roll a 100. I rolled a 96, which I don't remember exactly how fumbles work. On the quick reference rules on the sheet that we have, it says that like levels of success, fumble is then 100/96 plus. I don't know exactly what that means.
Well, okay, everyone else is rolling though, so I'm treating this kind of as a group thing for this one. So what did we get a success at all?
I got a 5. I should have succeeded, yeah.
Leslie did not.
It's all on Jimmy now.
It always was.
Y'all can depend on Jimmy.
Everything's coming up, Jimmy.
You can hear, after, you're in the office, and coming from outside the office, you can't be too certain where it is, as you ain't all checked that great, but it's outside, and you hear like the sound of maybe like creaking metal or metal scraping out there.
Uh-oh.
What?
Y'all hear that?
No. That's why I say what?
I just heard there's some metal breaking outside. Maybe I get visitors or something.
Outside, inside, or outside?
Outside the office. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the office door and take a wee look.
Ivan's going to not very surreptitiously pull his crowbar out of his bag.
Oh, hey, your crowbars now. Whoa, okay.
Just in case.
This is a noise that, like, because of where you're at, right? Because you have like a concrete floor and all this machinery in the big building. So it could have been something small that was in the building. It could have been something loud that was outside. You don't know. But as you come out of the office, you don't see anything off. You don't see anything immediately.
Jimmy, what do your elf eyes see?
We saw nothing, right?
You're outside of the office. There's nothing on the factory floor. If you look outside from where the garage door was opened, you don't see anything out there either.
Okay, so I'm a good American man. I assume that nothing is too spooky, so I'm going to go back into the office. Be like, that was weird. And I'm going to do another search check of the desk. I want to see if there's anything strange on the desk. I want to see if there's any... Let's look at the photos. Let's look at the photos on the desk. I'm a photographer here, so let's look at the photos on the desk.
Well, Ivan's going to start poking around back towards the factory floor to see what the source of the noise is, but he's fine. He says, like, I will give shout if there is trouble.
If you want, I can go back to the floor.
No. You look in office. I will look on floor. I deal with the trouble with, and he smacks the crowbar in his hand. Winces a little. Fuck.
You can either do a library use or a spot hidden if you want to search just like what you're just searching for more evidence of stuff or what.
Let's do a spot hidden. Yeah, searching for more evidence.
Brian, you give me unless you can give me another role that you'd like to use, do a spot hidden. You're what? You're looking around the factory floor again?
Yeah, I mean, I'm moving down to the factory floor. I was gonna, if I may offer, could I try listen again?
Sure, yeah.
Since I'm probably not like seeing anything right away. We had that audio clue, so Ivan's like really particularly straining his ears to hear that sort of sound again. Or any other sounds of someone sneaking around.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did a 47, which would be a regular success for me.
Okay, yeah. So you can look around and you're kind of poking around where Leslie was at, and you're looking behind there, and you find a folder that's kind of like at the bottom file cabinet. It's stuck in the back, and it's like really old. And you pull it out, and this seems to be a couple of incident reports that maybe should have been in the other room, but so this one's dated about 15 years back, so it's like 1954, and you see it's an accident report where a worker did fall into one of the vats and burned to death.
Hey fellas, I think I found a bigger one here. What a hell of an accident report.
So what would you roll on listen, Ivan?
I got a 16, which is a hard success.
Oh shoot. Okay, so you get down there and you listen and you hear nothing seems immediately wrong, but then you realize like, wait, no, what is that? You hear like some crackling or like some hissing, and you wander over back towards that warm, that cooling station, the station that was cooling down, and you see that it's a little more like red. It's definitely been more melted.
At that point, Ivan is gonna call out like, guys, I think you may want to come look at this. I don't think we are alone.
I'm gonna follow out of the office and take the file folder with me.
Yeah, I'm right behind him.
You all meet up on the factory floor and exchange your information.
I exchange my information. Be like, hey, And I give him the information.
Wow.
Ah, of course, the man who fell into the pit. This is good information. Thank you, Jimmy. I am thinking we have... I don't know exactly, but everything seems to point to trouble with this accident and others in factory. Maybe is angry spirit? Upset about falling into fire, wants to shut down mill because they cover it up or whatever, and upset that he died. Maybe this is starting to seem maybe a little more. We have clues. Let's say it could be.
I think this place is just really poorly managed, because ghosts aren't real.
Why don't you, Ivan, try to commune with the spirit that you're claiming is possibly here? I'll turn on the recorder.
I don't do that.
Okay, but you exercise them, right? Well, look, I don't know much about smelting, but I don't think that this should be this hot. I mean, I don't know. What do we do? Do you light some incense?
It is hotter now than was. I don't know how this works. Do we just turn off? I don't. Something is here. Someone was here, either dead or alive. I don't know.
Okay, but the real world, they're probably alive. There's no such thing as ghosts. Come on, I know we do this thing, but
you can say is no such thing as ghosts as much as you want. I know what I have seen. I know what my grandmother taught me.
Okay, why don't we check out the warehouse to the south of this building?
Before we go, I want to take myself one more Polaroid of this little hotspot. You know what? Jimmy's a dumb person. He's a smart guy, but he's kind of dumb. I want to put my hand up. I want to kind of feel out the warm spot. See if I can feel some heat.
Don't put your hand on it.
No. Let him.
You mean the machines that are melting steel down? You want to touch it?
Well, I'm trying to define it. Is it on? Is it working? Or is it?
Oh, well, this is kind of like more of an analog thing. Like, they have fuel or like coal that's like heating this shit up down like below it. So yeah, I mean, apparently this has been heated up more. You could see into the vat like it was kind of cooling, but like it's pretty molten now. Like it's gotten hotter.
So I won't put my hand on it for sure. You know what I'm saying.
No. This is how he learns.
Ivan says, we have to appease spirit, and pushes Jimmy in. It's the only way.
You want a molten man? Here we go. Okay, so I want to take a photo of Polaroid the same way I did with the documents and see if I can do another spot hidden on the Polaroid.
Sure, you can take a Polaroid of that. I don't know if you guys want to continue on to the next as you're waiting for that to come out, because it's a Polaroid. I like giving it like other gameplay and then you have to come back.
Yeah. Let's continue over to the next warehouse.
While they're doing that, Ivan will cautiously start moving towards that like plastic sheeting that we saw hanging down. Presumably it leads to like the other building or another section of this one.
It goes through a tiny little corridor that's just like a walkway connecting the buildings. From the outside, you could see like you have the big buildings and you have like this tiny, little more temporary looking kind of thing. And by that, I mean, it's like a little cheaper. It's not made out of like the brick and cement or whatever. And you go through the plastic sheeting, a little corridor, another set of plastic sheeting, probably there just to keep general junk out from each, place. You go through and you see there's 4 stations set up. This is a smaller building. It has 4 stations where, one has a car on it. And you see that they probably all are meant to have cars. And this probably is where they would, you have like blowtorches and stuff, like tanks hooked up with I forget what you hook a blowtorch up to, but I don't know, propane. Let's go with that. And it looks like they'd probably cut up stuff here, like the big parts. To the right side, to the east, you see like 4 tables against the walls there. And that also has some cutting materials there and some scrap, and you see maybe this is where they had like some finer work, or if they had like things that were a little smaller they would deal with, as well as like a couple of bins just with like pieces of metal and whatnot going on here. To the west there you see another garage door and a little smaller than the main factory one, and a regular door.
I'll start sort of poking around in here if there's anything of interest that I might be finding.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden.
All right.
audience, a lot of this game, as we were, playing it and doing tests and stuff, it's a lot of spot hidden.
It seems like it so far.
And a lot of the game, if you're interested in running this, is about creating atmosphere and doing spooky things. And I don't know, the system's kind of simple, but it works, it works for what it needs to do.
No, it does. Yeah, or at least ideally it does. I got a 98, so maybe not in my case right now.
Oh, yeah, in this case, you don't really find any, much. Everything, this is a pretty, as opposed to the other rooms that you've been in so far, other buildings, this is pretty bare. It's pretty much just an open factory, and then it's just, the tables, the cutting equipment, a couple of bins with scrap, and the car is there, It's pretty cut up and all that. It's all, but it was just left there since it got shut down.
All right. I don't think this is, I don't think it's worth pushing the roll on this one. So Ivan will just, he looks around. If he doesn't really see anything, he's just going to head back towards Jimmy. Hopefully he has his Polaroid done by now.
Did Jimmy stay, or did you all come into the room?
Oh, Jimmy rolled a good thing for his roll.
Yeah, Jimmy, what did you roll?
Jimmy's going to start to refer to Jimmy in the third person.
No, please don't.
No, maybe he doesn't.
Jimmy likes when Jimmy does this.
What if he didn't?
Yeah, what if Jimmy didn't?
Jimmy thinks it's going to stick around.
No. Okay.
What if Jimmy took 10 points of sanity damage?
Listen, honestly, if we get this instead of the AO, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'll take it. Mm-hmm.
It's an acceptable switch.
Jimmy rolled 20.
Okay, what's your photography skill at? Is that a hard success or?
Oh, that's a hard success, or a medium hard success, a medium well success. Medium well.
Okay, so the different levels of success, if you roll below your number, that's a regular success. If you roll half of your number or below, that's a hard success. And if you roll a fifth or below, that's an extreme success.
I have a 60, so I rolled a 20, so
that's a hard success, yeah.
Hard success, right? Yeah, okay, do math for me, thank you.
That's less than 30, so it's less than half. So, and pretty much, audience, if we didn't, I don't think I said that before, but yeah, that's just very, increasing levels of success, because it's a harder number to hit each time. You took a picture of this thing, we were just flipping it in the air like they do, and then they tell you that doesn't work, but it's such a habit, and it's such a tactile thing that you want to do it anyways. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work. You gotta flip that photograph.
Of course, right? I mean, it's just you gotta fucking wait for it, so you might as well just shake it out. You gotta blow on it a few times.
That's how you get the imperfections that you can then look at and convince yourself it's a ghost.
But you can't touch it. No fingers on that little photo. You can't touch it.
The first thing you notice is that Comfy's photobombed you.
He's so good at that.
Oh no. Comfy's
sniffing the side of it and sniffing the side of the machinery. Yeah, you see, it looks pretty much the same. It's kind of difficult because the glow coming from the inside, it looks kind of weird. But man, you're looking at it, and again, you're seeing, and they look like they're scratched on the machine, that same symbol over and over. And you compare and you don't see it. It's not there, but that's what you see.
Symbol again, eh? Crazy.
You know what? Yeah, anybody who's looking at this, I need a sanity roll.
Okay.
I don't think I'm looking at it.
Ivan's been poking around while that was happening, so.
Sanity rolls.
Let's keep it to Jimmy for right now, yeah.
Jimmy loves sanity rolls. Jimmy has a high sanity. Jimmy is super sane.
Really?
Hey, no, wait.
How sane is Jimmy on a scale from, 1 to 100?
What'd you roll?
Oh, shit. Actually, what happens if I roll nothing but zeros?
Oh, shit. That's a 100. That is a fumble.
Ooh, cool. I never did this before.
So, an optional rule that I will mention, at this point, Jimmy might probably go temporarily insane. I will give you the option, however, there's an alternate rule in the book where you can spend your luck points to change the outcome of rolls. It's 1-to-1 and you don't get the luck back. That's the trade-off. So you can go down to a 95 if you want to spend 5 luck points, and that'll be a failure, but it won't be a fumble.
Won't be a fumble. Okay. What's my other option? Just to take it?
Yeah, take 2d6 sanity damage and maybe go insane.
2d6? I do have a lot of sanity.
If you lose 5 or more, you go temporarily insane at one time, to be specific.
What do I want to do to you guys? I feel like we have more story to get to, so let's go ahead and use some luck points and not go totally insane.
It might be helpful if we don't have to start like grabbing Jimmy's shoulders and he's babbling incoherently while we're trying to wrap up our investigation.
Jimmy happens to be a great lucky boy. I have 80 luck points. Let me move it down to 70.
Jeez, yeah, that's a lot.
Right, because Jimmy's prepared for these moments.
You can take it down to 95. You don't have to spend that much. Because 96 and above is a fumble. I'm just saying.
Okay, so let's bring it down to 5. Like a good pro gamer.
70 is still freaking a lot. Yeah, so you take 1 damage. Lucky you.
Nice.
So yeah, Jimmy, a little shaken by this. Weird occurrences, man. It's a lot.
I don't like Polaroids. It's too expensive, you know? You get weird photos of them. Not as artistic. Kids in the future are going to think they're really nice, but they're not.
So yeah, you find more symbols on this machine.
Weird. Are they different? Are they just the Y symbols or anything else?
They're mostly the forked Y is what you can see. They look like they've been scratched on. Some look like they've been burned on. They're all probably like maybe fist size or lower, or like as far as like how big they are. And I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because you're far away, but you see that they're, you know, like in the photograph is like small, I mean, you know, but you do see a few of them and you realize as you understand, like, oh, that's what those are. You can see the little ones pop in and your brain is filling in the gaps of like, oh no, that is what's there. But again, it's not actually, when you look at the machinery and everything, like you don't see it.
That's some spookies right there. Jimmy's going to go find his colleagues.
I don't know if you're going back to the main floor. What was the deal there?
I was going over to the southern warehouse.
Yeah, I had gone into like the southern section, but I figured
I would have casually followed behind them, and I would have had this moment sometime on.
Yeah. So yeah, you can meet up with them.
I imagine about the time that he like notices these symbols and is freaking out, Ivan has finished his, you know, look around of what's going on in this section and that there's really nothing to see here.
So yeah, you meet up in that south warehouse, the chop shop, as it were, having discovered nothing and something extremely creepy.
Nothing and something extremely creepy. I'm going to go ahead and share that creepy thing with my friends and be like, hey, something extremely creepy.
Oh, yes, but ghosts don't exist.
I mean, look, come on.
They don't exist. I'm just saying.
But when you did the flash on the other one earlier, nothing. We didn't see it. Only showed up on the camera.
Okay, so you want to say that it's like special little ghost writing? Is that it? Is it ghosting?
Why do you carry this equipment if you won't listen to equipment? Huh?
Well, I'm open to the possibility, but serious, like, what is this? What is this symbol? What is it?
I don't know, but it's clearly something. And something old. Probably something meaningful. Powerful, huh?
I mean, I'm just saying, we've gone to tons of houses. You have lit up so much incense. I have recorded so many things, and we've never seen anything. But now this symbol several times. Like, I'm fucking seeing it on pieces of paper. This guy's seeing it.
Yeah, is something.
It's in my Polaroids. I don't know if it's going to be in my black and whites, but maybe, you know.
This is it. Leslie, I don't know if you know that. This is it. This is what we have been looking for all those times. Now we see it.
Okay, but, well, maybe I didn't actually want to find it. This is heavy. This is heavy.
Then why do you go looking? Deep down, you wanted this. You always wanted to know.
Brian, give me a dex roll.
Uh-oh.
Ivan has the lowest luck out of anyone.
Do I really?
Mm-hmm. And that does play a part in the game. Again, you can tweak things as you want if you're running it, but in the rulebook, a lot of stuff happens to whoever has the lowest luck, or you can also do a luck roll. But so in this case, Ivan has the lowest luck out of the party.
Y'all MFers putting a lot of points in luck, I guess. I figured things like, POW or education or intelligence might be important.
Yeah, they're like in 70, 80.
Whoops. Oh my god, if I can roll my die not on my keyboard so that it falls. Oh my Jesus.
Yeah, you keep re-rolling that die. Get it till it's good.
Where is my die? Fumbling in real life on my dex roll. Good lord. All right, there we go. Well, I failed anyway. That's an 83. Which is nowhere near Ivan's spry young self.
So we're gonna take some damage.
Oh no.
Oh man. Oh no. Yeah, y'all are like yelling or like arguing with each other. Ivan, you take 3 points of damage as you're arguing, and it kind of all comes to a halt with the Christian, it's like building up, and you're like, no, this is real. And then the last car that's there in the factory floor, it's kind of like held up, right? Like they bring them in and they pump them up a little bit so they can get to all the stuff. It drops, and it's not super high up. It's like a foot or two, but it drops. And Ivan is just unlucky enough to have been standing like with a foot underneath.
Oh no.
And so Ivan takes 3 points of damage as this is building, and the car just and presumably Ivan yelling out in pain.
Swearing in Russian very loudly.
You're not trapped. You are able to get your foot out, but it definitely hurt. Like, it's not a full car, but it's still like at least partial frame.
No, it's more than enough to really put a damper on things. And he is like holding his foot up gingerly and like does the sort of 1 foot hop over to lean against a wall or something. And he's like shouting in Russian, very angry.
And for the listeners, Call of Cthulhu, very deadly game. The hit point box goes up to 20, and that's the maximum. So like you can die super easy in this game. It's very common.
Three hit points is like, that's like a quarter of my hit points are just boop. See ya. Have a good one, guys. It was fun while it lasted.
Holy shit, Ivan, are you all right?
No, I am. Do I look all right to you?
Oh, I'm making sure. Jesus, we look. We got a first aid kit in the van. Why don't we?
Yeah, I think maybe we start to make our way. I think maybe I pissed off ghosts. So yeah, let's.
Sure, or maybe it was just an unfortunate accident in a old steel mill.
If you look, nothing appears to be amiss. It just dropped. Whatever the mechanical piece failed and it fell. Maybe it's just old.
Suffice it to say, this meal is not OSHA friendly. I would say we can be confident in that.
What's OSHA? No, I don't know. Maybe that was already around in the 60s.
OSHA was founded in 71, so.
What's OSHA?
Hey, maybe we're a part of that. Maybe this is what this role-playing game is. It's like we're the pioneers of OSHA.
Guys, this factory sucks. Maybe we should create like a government agency that like protects workers, man.
What if we established like a foundation of rules that required people to, regulate whether their business is safe for everyone to work there or not?
And we'll call it the Prime Directive.
Yeah. We'll call it OSHA.
No, OSHA.
Does Ivan need a first aid?
Yeah, I'll say you don't need to like do anything with that. If you want to give him first aid, that's cool. Did anyone give medicine points?
I did. I got actually quite a lot.
Okay, cool. So you can do a couple of things. If somebody wants to roll first aid, that can heal a grand total of 1 damage maximum. You just have to succeed. Medicine, I believe, it helps with stabilizing, but it can heal you 3 damage maximum.
3 damage maximum.
Yeah, I think medicine heals what, like plus 1d3?
Yeah, plus 1d3.
Yeah, Leslie will run back to the van and bring the first aid kit.
Yeah, Leslie, you run. I'll put my mouth on his wound. We'll take care of this.
Suck the pain out.
And Harold is the one who knows medicine, apparently.
I do. My character does. It's Jimmy. Jimmy knows medicine.
Jimmy, yeah, if you want to roll medicine, you can do that too. You might not even need the first aid kit.
Jimmy's rolling some medicine. Hey, Jimmy rolled a 14. Jimmy's good at it. Jimmy's good at his job.
Oh, wow. That's really nice. Yeah. So I will say you can roll 1d3, which is audience. A 3-sided die doesn't exist.
There's a D4.
No, you just roll a d6 and cut it in half.
Wait, so am I rolling a d6 or a d4?
Roll a d6.
Rolling a d6. Got it. So I rolled a 6, so that's a 3, right?
So you don't even need the first aid kit. You don't even need to go to the van.
Let Leslie run. He needs it. He needs the extra stuff.
Jimmy is able to just kind of like, oh, you know what? Yeah, let me just pop that. Okay, you're good. And, you start to feel like fine. You feel good as new. A little sore.
Here, have some morphine. This stuff was killer back in Nam. Boop. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Jimmy just has like a stash of more. He never used it, so he just has it constantly.
I'm just imagining Jimmy being like, oh, hold on, let me suck on your foot some more. Does that feel better? Yeah, I guess.
It does. It sure does.
This feels like a fetish that doesn't exist yet. I don't, oh, God.
Yo, it's good.
I think it might be time for us to hit the town and see if there's any like records or a library where we can maybe try and find out what this symbol is, or maybe a little more about these accidents.
Yeah, I think definitely trip to the library or maybe city records is in order.
I mean, in a town like this, they may well be in the same place.
You know what I think is maybe we should look up the family of this here dude who fell into the molten stuff and see if they pissed off or something.
This is not a bad idea either. So yeah, I think it might be time for us to pile back into the van and go hit the books.
Wait, where's Comfies? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh, thank gosh.
Nothing bad can happen to you, Comfies.
And nothing bad ever will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now is the time when we apologize to all our older viewers.
Yeah, why didn't you care about fire safety like you should have, older viewers?
Come on.
This is why we have Smokey the Bear.
Now I'd like to apologize to all of our viewers who burned to death in 1969.
They're the most sensitive.